CBRO.
You can't be pro-black and date a white person.
Oh God. Oh shit. It is interesting to me because some of my closest friends have married white women. I don't view them as any less of a black person in that sense. And I always think that this, when it gets brought up, dating outside your race, interracial dating and all that, I think it's kind of silly to say, oh, well, you're not black because your girl is white or your man is white, or, you know, you're not black enough now. Which it's stupid, because I'm still the same person that went through the same struggles or still has the same background and the same history, but now I just fell in love with someone else. Someone else in a different race. I fell in love with this person, and you don't know the context of how they got to the point where they're at. Who cares? It's almost the same as the gay stuff, where Buddy was saying what they do with their free time is on them. That's fine. If you as a black person have a problem with a black person dating a white person, then you as a black person just date a black person. Boom. And nowadays there's this kind of obsession with mixed women and men, you know. And how do you get those people? Well, a black person has to get with somebody that is not black in order to get this person. So you have an obsession with this. You like this, but you like the result, but you don't like how you get to the result. It's so weird to me.
It doesn't matter who you date. And I think a lot of the issue is a lot of people get into, interracial relationships, or they date white people and they forget who they are. And if you are pro-black, it doesn't matter if you're dating a black person, a white person, because you can date a white woman and a black woman and still not even be for the cause. So I really think it's up to the person if they stand on their morals or not.
I agree to a certain extent, but personally me, I feel like if you're pro-black, you're pro-black for everything. Like, you're for the advancement of the race, you're for businesses, you're for everything black.
So are you saying that if you are black and you're pro-black, you cannot act on attraction to someone from another race?
Personally, I'm not pro-black, but in my mindset, like, I'm saying if you're pro-black, you wouldn't find someone that's not black attractive to me.
That's weird how he says he's not pro-black, but he's trying to say what pro-black is.
Ideally, you want black kids, you want black family, you want your lineage to carry on.
They're still black. Look, here's the thing. You say you want black kids. Even if, let's say I date a white woman, we have a kid, my kid is still black. They will still be looked at as black. They will be deemed black. When people see them, I'm like, oh, wow, hey, you're black.
Like, I look at people differently based on who they marry. Because dating, you could be dating for fun. I feel like I look at people different based on who they marry. Like Jordan Peele, Childish Gambino, I feel like I can look at them and be like, I'm not looking down on them. I don't think of them negatively, but I'm like, oh, I see.
But you're looking down on them in a way. That's I don't know if that's the colorism thing, because you look at them as less black. I don't know about that statement. I was with you up until you said that.
I prefer a light-skinned partner to a dark-skinned
Here
partner.
we go.
3,
Just like I was
2,
saying.
1, go.
It doesn't matter for me, but I've dated both, and I care about the person. I think what happens with this, it goes down to stereotyping. In a lot of media, the dark-skinned black woman is always loud, ghetto, very difficult to deal with, versus usually the light-skinned woman is an angel. She takes care of you. She submissive. I think that's what's portrayed on TV and in other forms of media. So where you're talking about subconsciously, that's probably where a lot of that comes from as well, is thinking, well, I don't even know what her name is from the Tyler Perry movies, from from the like the Why Did I Get Married? And I don't know if she was in ATL or she got her sister's ATL. I don't know, but y'all know it. You know, you don't want to deal with that because that's what's associated with darker skinned women. So I think that's where that comes from.
I currently go to therapy.
I think mental health in the Black community is an issue and should be addressed. A lot of Black people, men and women, should go to therapy and get some of that trauma taken care of, or at least addressed, and it will help you push forward in your life. I do think it's important that we don't hold on to that. I went through my own issues of holding on to trauma and holding on to pain, holding on to anger, holding on to sadness, and eventually all that just boiled up and it created a negative outcome. Black people, please seek help if you need it. Seek therapy. I know sometimes it can be costly. Look into different resources though, because your mental health is what's going to help you in the long term.
For some reason, it makes you feel like less of a man, because when we talk about therapy, you know, people like, really? You going to therapy? But when you think about it, that's why a lot of people have anger issues. That's why a lot of Black men have anger issues, because, you know, they grow up a certain way or they face a lot of challenges and they don't know how to express it. So the first thing they do is they take it out on you or their girlfriend or their mom, and they don't have someone or an outlet to express it. So I think we need to normalize going to therapy and not pushing it off as a white thing. We need it. You know, we need healing and we need somebody to talk to us.
Yeah, bro. A lot of people do look at therapy as it's a white thing. It's something that white people do. And that's just not true. Therapy is something that people who have dealt with trauma do. Honestly, I think everybody, regardless of trauma, should go to therapy, because it's just good to cleanse yourself in a way. You take a shower or a bath at the either the start of the day or the end of the day, or both. Why not cleanse yourself mentally? Yeah, I don't like when people try to say it's a white people thing. You know, there's a lot of Black people. They're in the slums, in the hood. They're seeing shootings, killings every day. And, you know, you got somebody who's went and fought in a war. They're dealing with that PTSD. And no one would tell them, oh, you don't need therapy. But you tell, you know, the little Black kid, hey, man, that therapy stuff, you don't need none of that.
My father was present in my life.
Okay, so this one is a more personal one. For me, no, not exactly. Obviously, a lot of things. I was raised by just my mom, single mother, me and one of my sisters. And my father wasn't there physically. We definitely have a relationship now. It's obviously not as like tight knit, but I don't hold anything against him. It's life. I can't, going back to like the therapy stuff, can't hold on to that stuff. So you gotta kind of let it go. But father wasn't around. My mom did. She did the best she could, gave me every single thing that I needed. And I didn't get everything I wanted, but I got everything I needed. My mom did a great job. Sent me and my sister both to college. We both got our degrees. And I do think, I kind of hate that this question comes to let me ask Black people. Like, it sucks that it's such a stereotype that Black men are not there for their kids, and like only Black men are not there for their kids. So it sucks that this is it's deemed as a Black people thing, but let me get the rest of this out the way.
I said somewhat disagree, because I ended up being put in foster care when I was 6 years old with a couple of my younger brothers. And I remember, I don't remember what my dad looks like, but I do remember he passed away when I was around 7 or 8. So I can't really fault him for that. But, you know, my mom, she was widowed, so she lost her husband, and she decided to take care of us. And I don't think my life would be any different. I don't regret not having a dad, but sometimes I do wonder, you know, secretly, you know, what life would have been like if I had that fatherly figure in my life. And I think that's another stereotype, that, you know, Black men don't have their fathers in their life. And it's good to see, you know, a lot of y'all over there.
I will say I agree with that. all of my friends, they all had their fathers in their lives in some form. Not all their families were together. Not the mom and the dad were always together, but they all had their father. And I was the only one within my friend circle who didn't have it. So I was always the outlier in that sense. And I always wondered, like, dang, I wonder what that life is like. I wonder what it feels like to be that. And it is what it is at this point. It's life. It is kind of touching, but yeah, it's tough. Do I wish my dad could have been there more? Yes, I do. Obviously, you get that feeling of, dang, like of not feeling wanted, feeling rejected. And as a kid, trying to process those feelings, that's kind of tough. That's hard. So I do wish he could have been around more. Like I said, I don't hold on to that, but that's where we're at.
For me, my dad was not as present as he could have been. He's a typical older Belizean dude. Their culture is just very different from American culture. It's very passive aggressive. I remember times being young and I would question my mom all the time, like, hey, like, you know, why is he not around? Why is he not there? And, you know, she did the best she could as a single mother. Now I can say my dad is very present in my life. However, I feel like our relationship is very, like, financial based, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I don't have a real connection with my father. Like, he's there for me if I need something, like if I need to, like, if I want this, if I want that, like, he's always there for me, like, money wise. But I feel like I'm still, like, desiring for that real connection. Like how you mentioned how you have that mental connection with your father. Like, I feel like I don't have that. So that kind of puts a desire into me to where I'm desperate now to be a father. Not desperate, but I'm desperate to be a father, that I want to do it right and give the things and, you know, make sure that I nurture my kid more than just the money aspect of things. Like, I want to be there, you know, and always possible. I kind of feel like now I kind of just suppress it and try to ignore it because he's here now, which I definitely feel like I shouldn't do.
Yeah, I agree with him. One last thing I will say with that, when he's talking about him having kids. So a few years back, he's dated a girl that I knew from high school, and she had a son, and not my son, but I still was there and played kind of that father role, even being, I feel like, too young in a sense and not really understanding myself, still trying to grow as a human. But I remember getting that feeling of that father-son relationship for the first time, and it feeling fulfilling, like it being very fulfilling. And like when we broke up and stuff, that got ripped away, man, that was hard. Which, therapy, go to therapy. But yeah, man, that was a good video, man. That was a good video. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it with your friends and family. This is doing the whole YouTube stuff. I've always wanted to do this for years. Did it back in high school, but long story short, I had to completely just dismantle my channel when it was gaining traction due to other reasons. I may have to do a story time on it later. But yeah, give me a like, give me a subscribe, man, and suggest some videos. I like, it's black, like I said, Black History Month. Suggest some black stuff for me to react to, man. I wanna talk about it. I wanna watch it. I wanna learn. I also have a video. I'm gonna be working on it. It's just kind of hard because I have a job and stuff, you know. But be trying to come out with some content here and see if I can get the ball rolling on this. Because if I don't do it now, I may never do it. So, anyways, I love y'all. Be easy, and I'm out.
CBRO out.